is a great guy. He produces the Comedy Central New York shows with me. He was recently on WKTV. He hosts the Funny Business radio show, which broadcasts worldwide, and he's very handsome. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, make some noise. Welcome my friend, Mike Bova. I shouldn't want to touch that mic stand. Any part of it.
And the reason I say that you're a good-looking crowd, maybe the best-looking crowd I've ever played for, is because as I look around, I don't think I've seen any of you on peopleatwalmart.com. So another one, there is a woman whose husband died. She had him cremated, and every day she eats a little bit of his ashes. Nasty, right? I know people deal with grief differently and stuff, but she takes a little bit of his ashes every day. And I'm thinking that song, you know, by Hall & Oates, Man Eater. How's the husband? A little overdone, but not too bad.
My friends don't have kids, but they have a dog that they bought recently, like last year. So a few days into it, we're like, hey, how's the dog going? They go, just like having a kid. We're like, no, it's not. They said, yes, it is. I said, listen, my kids don't go around sniffing other kids' butts. You know what I mean? Thank you for that.
Yeah, you ever get those close talkers? You know, like Pepe Le Pew, the green fog of stench that follows him everywhere? Hello, baby, come to the guest bar with me, right? You ever get a close talker at a party? Hi! And that green fog of stench is coming out of their mouth. So you're backing away, and you like the cat, and he's like Pepe Le Pew. You're like, dude. Can I give you one of these? No, I'm good. No, listen, I'm demanding you take it. So and they don't get the hint. These people just do not get the hint that their breath is reeking, okay? So what I do is I excuse myself, I go to an undisclosed location. The great part about Tic Tacs is they fit into a straw. Huh? Like a pea shooter. You know what I mean? So I'll hide behind like a plant or something and wait till he is laughing at a joke and... What was that? The magical breath mint. Here's how magical they are. Supercalifragilistic Tic Tac. Master halitosis. Bum-diddy-dee-dee, bum-diddy-yay, bum-diddy-dee-dee, bum-diddy-yay. Magical. Love it.
Being Italian is cool because my mom was a great cook and my sisters had way too much facial hair. I'm not kidding you. I'm not being stereotypical. You know I'm telling you the truth, right?
But here's the deal, you know, I'm addicted, I'm there every day. I know there's a lot of people that are there every day. Millions of Americans do run on Dunkin'. You know why that is? Because there's a secret ingredient in their coffee, crack cocaine. You know what, I think we need to thank France because, you know, I like to get thank yous out and everything, because France, you know, they're kind of responsible for like American cuss words. Not that I cuss or anything, but you know what's really funny? Is when people are in my presence, they'll swear, right? They'll drop an F-bomb or A-bomb or S-bomb, right? And afterwards they'll go, pardon my French. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was French, right? So all of our American swear words they have French roots or something like that, right? That is so weird.
My wife and I have been married 20 years. Where's my married people? Oh, you can't. No round of applause. I can feel the marital bliss. Wow. You've been married a long time, haven't you? Yeah. Not even a hand raise. It's like a finger or something.
My mom hated when we wasted food. And the only time I ever wasted food was liver night. So I said, Mom, can I be excused from the table? She goes, not till you eat the rest of that liver. I'm like, the rest of it? I gave the first half to the dog, and I think the dog, yes, is dead under the table. And then, you know what? Italian moms are great at laying down the guilt trip. She's like, you know, I slaved over a hot stove for you. And she goes, this is the thanks I get right here. She goes, you know, there's starving kids in Africa who would love the rest of your liver. I'm like, you know what? Can we try that out? Can we get an overnight envelope and some dry ice and pack it in there? And I guess you would address it to starving kids, Africa, and they would know right where to deliver it. And then get it in Africa the next day and go, what is this? You know, with some clicks in there. And they're like, I'm not eating eating this, I'd rather have the flies that are on my face. I'm telling you, it's bad.
Anybody ever have Starbucks coffee?
Yeah.
Like Starbucks? Yeah. But you guys that are flat, you don't drink it black, do you?
Yeah. Yes.
You do? It tastes like somebody dumped an ashtray in there. I'm drinking the coffee, I'm like, it's so strong, I'm like, what the heck is this? It's a cigarette butt. Balloon pops. You know, every time a balloon pops, another angel gets its wings. Isn't that cool? I think that's
are awesome, but you ever see the show Seinfeld? The soup Nazi? No soup for you! Our kids, they are the sex Nazis. Let it roll around a little bit, because, you know, every time my wife and I want to have alone time, yeah, they always interrupt us. So, you know, we can put them to bed. I mean, it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is, 365 days a year, 24/7. We put them to bed, they're in a rapid eye movement, so cute. We watch them sleep after we tell them bedtime stories and pray for them or whatever. And my wife and I are like, hey, some alone time, right? Everybody does that. And go in the bedroom, we shut the door, we lock the door, and I kid you not, their sixth sense, their antenna goes up. Mom and Dad are doing something. Let's wake up out of a sound sleep, get out of bed, walk over to the door, knock on the door, and ask them for things, okay? This is how it goes, you know? So, oh listen, when you're married and have little kids, foreplay is like unicorns. Neither one exists. You know what I mean? It doesn't. You gotta get your quickies in. It just, foreplay is out the window. So, here we are, and we hear, my wife's like, don't say anything. Maybe they'll go back to bed. Good idea. So we wait. About 30 seconds of silence. We look under the door. We still see shadows of little feet. You know what I mean? So it's, open up. We know you're in there. Yeah. I said, what do you need? They said, we need a glass of water. I said, listen, go back to bed. I'll be there in about 5 minutes. My wife's like, I'll be there in a minute.
My dad is great because he loved his alcohol. Italians love your alcohol, right? Your wine especially. And my dad was frugal. He wasn't cheap, but he was frugal. Bought wine by the gallon. I think pink Catawba was the poison of choice. But it was cool because we're allowed to drink as kids. And he hated when we wasted alcohol. So I said, Dad, can I be excused from the table? He goes, not till you finish the last few sips of that wine. I'm like, are you kidding me, Dad? Are there like sober kids in Africa who would love the rest of my wine or something? I don't know. Frugal. Here's the difference between being frugal and being cheap, in case you ever wondered, right? Because some people say they're cheap, some people say they're frugal. Frugal is looking for the best deal on toilet paper. Nothing wrong with that, okay? Nothing wrong with even using a coupon for toilet paper. Cheap is my friend Gary, who told me that he only uses 6 of those little sheets maximum per bowel movement. I'm like, dude, we shook hands when you came over. Did you wash after? Because that's bad. So, my dad went through one of these phases. Anybody smoke cigarettes here? Any cigarette smokers at all? Yeah, a few of you. Cigarettes are like, I don't know, $8 or $10 a pack. I feel sorry for you guys that really do. So my dad, because cigarettes have always been expensive, he had this idea he was going to save money and buy a cigarette rolling machine. You know, got his tobacco and his rolling papers. And he's like all, you know, smug and stuff. You know, I'm saving money, I'm smart. I look at him and I go, Dad, are there any filters on those cigarettes? He's like, who needs a filter? Like, apparently you do, because you're one step away from the poison box. I'm like, hey, sing that song for me, would you? You don't always die from tobacco. All right, you read that song? Sometimes they just sip out your tongue. It was so bad, man. So bad.